guess, yep, I love you.
Welcome to In Frame Out's Year in Film, where we take stock of 12 months of spectacular cinema and unfortunate rubbish. Here we are at the dawn of a new year, and I'm ready to dance like an embarrassing uncle for the movies that gave me life over the last 12 months. So, here are entries 5 through 1 of our best films of 2025. Up until now, Yorgos Lanthimos' works have typically fallen into two categories: left of centre but accessible, or acerbically funny eclecticism. With Bugonia, he's married these distinct creative outlooks into a singular vision, and this best of both worlds approach perfectly suits the comically devastating material.
Discuss the terms of your species' withdrawal from Earth.
And I did that.
But convincingly.
Well, that's going to be difficult.
Why?
At the risk of repeating myself, I'm not an alien.
A faithful in spirit but uniquely divergent adaptation of Save the Green Planet that intertextually cherry-picks from King, Steinbeck and the DSM-5, this finds 2 hours of horror tension and screwball farce in a psychosexual chamber piece about the lingering wounds of abuse, mental illness, rigged systems of power, and how in life people are often capable of being completely right and utterly wrong at the exact same time.
You killed my family. You killed my community. You killed my coworkers. You killed the bees. So given that, you should really appreciate how super professional I'm being right now by not gutting you.
The whole thing is shot in a way that pinballs between sweaty closeness and long wide detachment, which complements the binary ambiguity of its is Michelle a human hostage or an extraterrestrial prisoner mystery, without detracting or distracting from the three-hander of unforgettable performances from Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, and Aidan Delbis, who elevates an already excellent film with a naturalistic innocence and warmth that can't be faked or taught.
I felt weird and crazy and sometimes sad. Have you felt that way too?
It'll pass, don't worry.
Bugonia marks a victory lap of uncompromised excellence for one of the best actor-director pairings in living memory. Long may it continue. The kill or be killed reality of the job market is rendered all too literally in No Other Choice. A hilarious and suitably horrible indictment of the ever-expanding wasteland of late-stage capitalism, Park Chan-wook adds yet another genre-bending masterstroke to one of the most unimpeachable filmographies of this century.
아니, 돼지지. 누가 뱀을 거먹어.
His dynamic and ever-inventive compositional flair make every scene feel like a 5-minute film school without ever devolving into a formalist exercise, whilst his battery acid bitterness never forgets that this is for the workforce drowning in automation and AI.
실례가 안 된다면 당신의 단점이 뭔지 말해줄 수 있습니까?
싫은데요? 라고 말하지 못하는 성격. 이게 가장 저의 큰 단점입니다.
Tonally and thematically, there are going to be a lot of valid comparisons to Parasite, but to me, this felt very much like a less aggressively grotesque companion piece to the Hong Kong satirical slasher Dream Home, and the pitch-black cruelty of its understated comedy. Lee Byung-hun completely gives himself over to this role as the emasculated mascot of the trickle-down indignity felt by those forced to fight tooth and claw for the opportunity to be exploited, and this reunion with Park Chan-wook was a dream come true. No other choice is a toothache of slowly rotting moral deterioration that finds stifled chuckles and gagging disgust in the absurdity of our dog-eat-dog lives. Sentimental Value once again pairs director Joachim Trier and the always exemplary Renata Reinseva for a thoughtful, honest to the point of agony exploration of generational trauma and reconciliation that hit me like a ton of bricks. Its drama and drive is built around capturing the tangled relational dynamics of a broken home with unencumbered, never-too-neat reality.
Vi kommer ikke til å jobbe sammen, pappa. Vi kan jo ikke snakke sammen engang.
Ja, men vad fan, läs det bara så ringer jag dig.
Slutt å ringe. Jeg hører at du er full. Slutt å ringe.
Men jag ringer för att jag är bekymrad då.
Ja, det har du ikke lov. Du har ikke lov til å være bekymret. Du har ikke lov.
This is a tug of war between the aching want for parental validation and the need to stand apart from an artist father who never stopped to marvel at his most immaculate creations. And it's this hard-to-define background radiation of letdowns, regrets, and absence that left me positively wrecked in its wake.
Ni två blir ju så bra, något måste jag gjort rätt, va?
Hvordan vet du det? Du kjenner oss jo ikke sånn egentlig, da. Slutt å overdrive, da. Overdriver? Ja.
Jag vet att det har varit svårt för dig. Jag känner igen mig i det. Det är inte så lätt att älska någon som har så mycket ilska i sig.
From one scene to the next, I found myself trying to peel away at the layers of Stellan Skarsgård's shadow of a parent and swaying between feelings of indignation, sorrow, and tears in my eyes compassion for a man who makes peerlessly beautiful art but who is broken to the point that he can't spare a moment of tenderness for his own children. These sisters, who are played to utter perfection by Reinseva and a revelatory Inga Ibsdotter Lilios, were so raw and commanding in the way they show that nobody has the same parents, not even siblings, and I cannot call to mind a more convincing or sob-inducingly moving illustration of fraternity, memory, and support.
Men jeg forstår det ikke. Jeg forstår ikke hvordan du kan skru det av og på, hvordan du kan være så nær og ekte og så bare forsvinne, og så er det noen andre som er verdens viktigste.
Sentimental Value cracked me open, knocked something loose, and put me back together with tenderness, truth, and the most inappropriate selection of DVDs ever gifted to a child. Sorry Baby is a punishingly open and wryly witty showcase for writer and lead actor Eva Victor. Add to that the fact that this is their directorial debut, and it becomes downright miraculous. An open wound that rejects the tropes of trauma for something altogether more emotionally messy, this is a feature of devastating whispers and triumphant little touches.
On your questionnaire, you
Oh,
wrote,
no. I did not know that we would be reading those aloud, so...
How would your friends describe you? Smart, crossed out then the word tall.
Rather than gratuitously leering at moments as turbulent as an act of sexual assault, there's a commitment to empathy, where the dreadful gravity of that situation is incredibly articulated through something as seemingly innocuous as a time-lapse shot of a house. Out of context, it might not mean much, but for those of you who've seen this, you'll recognize that it's in contention for the most wrecking ball moment of 2025. everything is just so open and assured, from its non-linear structure based around a collage of funny, fragile and lingering episodic encounters, to the unvarnished maturity with which it naughtily disassociates from its subject matter before trying to contend with some sort of resolution. Oh, this also jumps straight to the highest tier of movies about the pivotal role of friendship and support systems in facilitating recovery, fostering hope, and generally making the world a brighter place.
Well, I can't really imagine myself old.
You think I imagine myself like this? No, believe it or not, I did not think I would end up looking like a yam with a mouth on it. But here we are.
Sorry Baby is a statement of intent and a colossal scrapbook of small, enormous moments. Before revealing my best film of 2025, I want to quickly highlight a few of my favourite YouTube and podcast creators, who I've listed in the description below, so subscribe to them, show some love, and tell them In Frame Out sent you. Writing on games inspired me to start In Frame Out, and his work sets the standard I continually strive for, with videos on topics ranging from the absurdity of simulating sports in a video game to the charmingly janky PS2 tie-in for The Shield. Movies with Mark gives me hope for compassionate, intelligent, and thoroughly researched film criticism. His essays and reviews celebrate everything from the most niche of art house to the shiniest multiplex releases, and he also steps up to the plate to challenge lazy, reactionary culture war takes on cinema from the lying, dog-whistling grifters, whose media diet begins at Disney, ends with DC, and act like nuance or intellectualism is bad so they can sell their stupidity as a virtue. Movies with Mark is doing the Lord's work as far as I'm concerned. Guys, a podcast about guys, is the funniest and least safe for work thing you can listen to if you're into exploring the weird, wonderful, and frequently fetish-filled subcultures of the world.
If you don't kiss your daughter's boyfriend, what are you even doing?
Yeah, we're not.
You got to test him out a little bit. You got to take him for a test drive.
Yeah. He's in his 20s, just to be clear.
My dad's going to want to kiss you also. Just FYI.
Quorators investigates the deliriously strange and inappropriate cesspool of Quora.
Do atheists have an explanation for eating bread and disrespecting holy body? Do you think birds know they're eating the body of Christ?
And that's why they are damned.
That's why hell is filled with ducks.
Finally, Hot Cider is the king of thumbnails and an outstanding writer, editor, and producer of videos on game design, mechanics, and the joy of play. He also created Bullet Time, a great podcast dedicated to overlooked shooters, action games, and genre curios. Now that I've given those folks some mouth kisses, surprise, it's time for the first ever tie for the top spot of the In Frame Out Film of the Year. When Paul Thomas Anderson has something to say, it's the responsibility of anyone with a modicum of respect for this medium to pay attention. One battle after another is a vital juggernaut of political thermite, an outpouring of adoration for those who live under the iron boot of oppression, a mocking rebuke of white supremacy and the lapdogs who would forsake their own children for a corner office and a kiss of the brass ring, and a rapturously funny stoner comedy that forces a burnout activist through the quaking trenches of a war for our nation's soul.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
On a technical level, it's an embarrassment of riches, from its VistaVision cinematography that captures the farcical state of modern discourse with a weathered but lovingly worn grittiness, to its compositional eye for imagery that immediately feels iconic. The writing is acutely sharp, never shying away from the moral murkiness, whilst knowing just when and where to apply the kind of wide-smiling levity that produced the most euphoric laughter I loosed this year.
Listen, I'll tell you something, whatever you do to her, I'm gonna do that exact same thing to your entire family. I'm not around.
Wait, what?
Dad?
I'm just telling you, we're talking about freedom, baby. We're talking about freedom.
Then there's the acting, all of which can and probably should be nominated for every award under the sun, with Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro in particular giving two of the most intoxicating and invigorated supporting performances of their careers.
What would you say to someone who believes that you have been soft in your duty to racial purification?
I would say they are a liar who has no business in society, or on the planet for that matter.
The revolution may not be televised, but it sure as hell punched a hole through the cinema screen. For its smarts, its heart, its soul, and making all the Ben Shapiros mule with terror, one battle after another is tied for In Frame Out's favourite film of 2025.
2 games to 0. Game and match point, Mauser.
Have a little fun with this one.
Okay.
Have a little fun, right?
Service switches to Kletzer.
Marty Supreme is what happens when a dream big mentality is stolen and scuffed up beyond recognition by a totem of pure chaos. And it's a caterwauling sprint through the highs and lows of ambition that's all gas, no brakes. Every desperate moment is a post-war battle cry for American exceptionalism spewing from the cracked voice box of a degenerate, pathologically lying dickhead. And I was enamored with every breathless, strapped to a fireworks second of its terrific bedlam.
Hello? Hey, it's Marty Mauser. I'm in the Royal Suite. I saw you in the lobby yesterday. Well, I never talked to an actual movie star. You know, something of a performer too.
Timothée Chalamet embodies this noxious narcissism and do what it takes drive in such a way that, against all odds, I found myself consistently rooting for the biggest bastard protagonist since Daniel Plainview, from one short-sighted scheme to the next.
The normal IATT approved ball. Try to follow the white ball against the white. Almost impossible, right? Now imagine it with an orange ball, which no one's ever thought of. See, you're already following it way better. Look at his eyes. See how his eyes are looking? Yeah, you're looking more engaged now.
Marty is a man who consistently bets on himself, then takes a dive just to prove how many fires he can outrun at once. And I truly think that Chalamet's reactive resonance with this godsend of a screenplay will be looked back on as a generational performance. All of which is shepherded and set loose by Josh Safdie's plate-spinning, finger-on-the-pulse direction, which fuses the kineticism and tension of his previous work with the maturity and grandiosity that have immediately propelled him from indie darling status to the peak of filmmakers who can handle scale whilst maintaining the credibility and unconventionality that made them stand out in the first place. For its bravado, stranger-than-fiction details, and for turning the most unlikable of men into the Wolf of Dork Street, Marty Supreme is also In Frame Out's best film of 2025. And there you have it, our top 5+1 films of the year. Make sure to click the playlist in the description below to catch up on all our end of the year videos, and tune in next week for entries 5 through 1 of our worst films of 2025. Shout out to our Patreon producers Jennifer C, Claire M.D, Beckio, Jennifer Fetish, Reed Stoven, CC Sings, George Napper, Arden Hughes, John Hughes, Samantha Hughes, Case Hengeveld, Flips a Chip, Tara O'Connell, Huey Hughes, Mauricio, Alex Stapleton, Matthew Whitehouse, and Nicholas Le-Revere, as well as all these amazing folks who support us over on Patreon. How many of these did you manage to catch? Do you agree or disagree with our lists? And what are your personal picks for Film of the Year? Let us know down in the comments, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and if you're in a position to do so, consider supporting us over on the In Frame Out Patreon at the link in the description below. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is In Frame Out.